And I recognize the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Lamborn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for having this hearing. Thank you all for being here. Admiral Aquilino, one of my top priorities is accelerating our work on offensive and defensive hypersonic capabilities. China's significant investments in their hypersonics, which they view as an important element of their regional warfighting strategy, are extremely troubling. Their progress is undeniable. In 2021, they did an around-the-world fractional orbital bombardment demonstration. They have intermediate-range hypersonic capability that can hit targets thousands of miles away and possibly penetrate our defenses. And by contrast, our progress has been slow and has lacked urgency. And I think we need, if not quantitative parity, at least qualitative parity. Can you share the challenges you face in deterring China based on their current superiority in hypersonics, and what is your best military advice on the need for the U.S. to field these hypersonic capabilities?
Thanks, Congressman. So again, in alignment with the theme that I've started here today, we need to go faster, right? The concerning part about the PRC is both the pace, the speed, and the advanced capabilities that they continue to deliver and demonstrate. And to deliver a credible deterrent, we certainly need the ability to counter and or exceed. Currently, our military far exceeds anything China can deliver. In this particular lane, we need to go faster.
Thank you. What can you tell us here in open session about what you know about their plans for hypersonics in this decade?
I think we'd have to take that in a classified hearing, Congressman.
Okay, we'll follow up on that. Also, Admiral, the pace of China's strategic nuclear breakout has been, as former STRATCOM Commander Admiral Richards said, breathtaking. We've learned recently that they have 3 new intercontinental ballistic missile fields. They have more mobile and land-based launchers for ICBMs than the U.S. They're working with Russia to produce plutonium now. So how should we respond to China's ongoing nuclear breakout?
Well, so, sir, the speed at which the Chinese are delivering nuclear capability is certainly concerning, and Admiral Richards and now General Cotton and I have had multiple conversations. The one thing we ought to be concerned about, the Chinese narrative is that the United States is beginning a nuclear arms race in the Indo-Pacific, and the only nation that's delivering a nuclear arms race in the Indo-Pacific is China. You just articulated the foundation and the speed and capabilities they're delivering. So for the United States, our best strategy is to ensure that our force is modernized and that we are able to hold superior nuclear deterrent as required.
Thanks, Admiral. I'll also point out, as you would agree, that the U.S. and Russia have engaged and have entered into nuclear treaties, but not China. General LaCamera, can you describe the challenges you face to maintain deterrence on the Korean Peninsula, given the North Korean regime's ongoing missile testing and capabilities?
Yeah, thanks, Congressman. Our focus is on building readiness and focusing on all the warfighting functions in all the domains, making sure that that we're bringing in all, joint combined. So the focus is peace through strength and focusing on combat readiness, but also working with the interagency because it's not just a military solution.
Okay, thank you. Now, Assistant Secretary Royal, given the discussion we've just had about Chinese and North Korean nuclear ambitions, I'm amazed that the administration's fiscal year 2024 budget request once again attempts to cancel out funding for the nuclear sea-launched cruise missile. I'll call it Slick 'em in. And I expect and hope that Congress will once again overrule that impulse and continue the funding and research on this and on this critical capability. So stepping back, how is the Biden administration going to address the growing Chinese nuclear threat? I hope it's not by canceling out other programs. How are we going to address these growing threats? And North Korea as well.
The nuclear posture review is quite clear-eyed in its approach to these challenges. We understand them fully. In the President's budget submission, we included $38 billion to modernize the nuclear triad, and we continue to look hard at our overall force posture, nuclear force posture, and readiness.
Gentleman's time's expired.